Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Paul Leslie, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about the course you're about to start and give you a little brief overview of that course. So let's have a look here. You'll be getting an email from me, or you will have already gotten an email from me, and this document will be attached to that email. So this is a sort of brief overview of the dates and timelines. And if you scroll down through this, you'll see that there's a graphic here. And so I put this together to really highlight the sort of social construction nature of this course and the idea that we really are going to spend some time learning from each other, learning with each other, sharing our ideas with each other. So you're going to start by introducing yourself, talking a little bit about your ideas of creativity, what you think or how you think you are creative. And right from the very beginning, we're going to really start to deconstruct the idea of creativity and what does it actually mean to be creative. And I think this idea of cultivating creativity is really critical because a lot of people will say things like, I'm not creative, or, I don't have a creative bone in my body. What they really mean is they can't maybe paint or draw or something of that nature, but that is, almost a completely separate concept from the idea of creativity in our academic world. So you're going to introduce yourself, and then immediately you're going to do some reading and look at what are creative processes, and you're going to design a model of your own creative processes backed by a bit of reading. And you're going to get started right off the bat with the 10% assignment due at the end of Module 1. You're then going to share the diagram that you draw, or the graphic that you create for your creative process in a discussion forum so that you and your peers can discuss that. If I just zoom out for a moment, I'll point out that this graphic highlights the connection between the various activities through some color coding here. So the first bit is very much an introspective look, your own creative process. You're going to share your conceptualization of your creative process through this graphic. And then you're going to have a bit of a discussion about how do you cultivate your own creativity based on some of the readings. And then you're going to then do a mini analysis of a past creative experience, which could be the actual experience of working through some of the activities that you did for this assignment here, or this discussion forum. It could also be the past creative experience of designing your conceptualization. So you can see these 4 separate activities, all within the first couple of weeks, are very much related. You're then going to put together a proposal for a major analysis of a creative experience that you will design and enact for yourself. So I'll talk a bit more about that, of course, when we get closer to that time. And then we'll step away from examining our own creative processes and start to think about how do we invite creativity into our classroom for our students and also for our colleagues. So there's a not graded discussion forum about that. And then you're going to put together some suggestions and a proposal for what we call investigating your own thing. And you can see down here, that will then turn into a PD presentation for your colleagues. So you'll have a chance to put some ideas together and share them in the discussion forum before actually producing your PD presentation. Then we'll look at guiding creativity. So there's a couple of discussions here. You're going to come up with some ideas about what you could do to guide or perhaps motivate or inspire creativity in your classroom. You'll have a week to discuss that, and then you'll put together a cultivating creativity assignment, which will be due at the end of Module 4. Then Module 5, you'll have a bit of time, almost 2 weeks, to put together that PD presentation. And I give you quite a span of time to do that because although it's only worth 10%, a lot of students in the past have really found this to be quite a rewarding activity because, of course, we want you to be able to actually use this with your peers at your school. So you'll have a lot of time to work on that. And once you finish that, you can immediately put it into a discussion forum to share with your peers. Normally, this sharing a creative product discussion is actually attached to this assignment, the major analysis assignment. But again, student feedback has been that most students find the PD presentation much more rewarding to share because it's much more practical in terms of a very concrete experience you can deliver to your colleagues. You'll conclude by analyzing the creative experience that you created for yourself way back here in Module 2. So you can see you've made the proposal on February 2nd, you've submitted it, and then you have till March 14th. So 6 or 7 weeks to do that. If I come back up here, you'll see this is week 2, February 2nd, and then the final assignment's due in week 10, or that should be a 10 there. And so that's a quick overview of the course. I do plan, or I normally do these sort of short videos to explain each section of the course as we go along. So anyways, that's it for now. Thank you so much, and welcome to the course.